Disclaimer. This video's information is being provided for informational, educational, and general interest purposes only. The information in this video is not intended to shock, enrage, or otherwise provoke the viewer. The sole purpose of this video was to raise awareness of true crime-related events. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
A woman from Osceola County was convicted by a jury of killing her mother and burying her in the backyard of the house they lived in together for 5 years. Amy Day, 46, was found guilty of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and elder abuse in the death of Aurelia Hawkins, 79. She was given a life sentence by Judge John Morgan. According to Assistant State Attorney Sarah Hatch, Day had $1.87 in her bank account at the beginning of September 2015 and at least $13,000 in credit card debt. Financial records reveal a $2,500 check from Hawkins to Day from the evening she was last seen. Hawkins had a fixed income of about $2,000 per month. In a statement read aloud by Hatch following the verdict, Hawkins' daughter and Day's sister, Judy Schultz, said, "We know that in the coming months and years, our grief will turn to reflection, remembrance, and thankfulness for having had Aurelia Hawkins in our lives. It's never easy losing a parent or sibling. No one deserves to die in the manner that my mother died. It is made even harder when one learns that a tragic and senseless death could have been avoided. She was a devout Christian who constantly believed in the goodness of people. She was also loving, kind, and caring. It is unimaginable that her life was snuffed out by the cruel deeds of a family member, her daughter, my sister, Amy Day," she wrote. When Morgan asked Day if she had anything to say, Day remained silent. Her lawyer, Michael Nielsen, stated that she maintains her innocence. "Although the jury did not believe her, I do." At 12:45 p.m., the jury of 10 men and 2 women went outside the courtroom to deliberate. They returned 2 hours later. Last week, they heard the case's testimony for 4 days. According to records, Hawkins called Schultz on the evening of September 19, 2015, and announced through tears that she was moving to Colorado with Rose, a friend from church. On Lakeshore Drive, close to St. Cloud, Schultz hurried to the house Day and Hawkins shared and rapped on the windows and doors. She did not receive a response. The Osceola County Sheriff's Office was notified the following day that her mother was missing. Records show that neither Rose nor anyone who knew her could be located by detectives at Hawkins Church or anywhere else. After 2 days of looking, they discovered Hawkins' body, which had been wrapped in garbage bags, a pink blanket, a rope, and coaxial cable, in her own backyard. Her cause of death could not be determined by a medical examiner. She had large bruises all over her body and smaller ones on her mouth, but not enough to kill her. There were no bullet wounds to her body, but investigators did discover a spent bullet casing under her bed. Hatch asserted that there was no concrete proof of suffocation or strangulation, but suggested that the bruises on her mouth might be the result of someone pressing their fingers onto it to keep her quiet. According to Hatch, Mom's accounts were abruptly drained of thousands of dollars to pay for these accounts. Even more depressing and horrifying is the fact that Amy Day murdered her mother in exchange for a few $1,000s. Nielsen informed the jury that there was inconclusive proof that Day killed her mother. Investigators were unable to discover any foreign DNA or fingerprints on Hawkins' body. "It shouldn't be minimized that there isn't much physical evidence in this case," he said. "A lot of speculation is going on here."
911, what's your emergency?
So what do? I need to call my brother. He said, "Hey bro, I need for you to come over to the house. I don't want to bother your house. I need for you to come to the house. You need to give me a couple hours. I need to breathe. I need to go out of the house with my wife and my 2 kids and be able just to have some family time, one-on-one, and let Dad watch what he loves, Fox News." You understand what I mean?
I do.
And I understand that it's difficult to live sometimes because, from whatever generation they're from, they were raised differently.
Right.
Whatever generation you and me were born at is completely different. You understand what I mean? And now I bet you look at this new generation growing up, you see, I wasn't like that when I was a kid. So this that misunderstanding, not understanding why they're being like that, and sometimes personalities. You understand what I mean? Especially when you spend so much time together.
Well, see, that's why I think I'm extremely fortunate because, one, my mother's allergic to cigarette smoke. So
Okay.
I can go out back, she won't come out there if I'm smoking. Or I can say, hey, Mom, I need to borrow the car. I'm running over to the beach just for a couple of hours, just for me time. She'd say, here, honey, here's the keys. And, you know, but I mean, and I feel very fortunate about that because her and I are able to do that.
Yeah, me and my dad are able to do that.
So, I
You
mean,
understand what I mean? Me and my dad.
we never got on each other.
I
We
go
get on each
basketball
other.
games with my dad. I go to soccer games with my dad. I go to baseball game with my dad when there's spring training here. He loves that. That's his favorite time. That's his favorite sport. You understand what I mean? But there's also that breather time that you need away from each other. Because there's sometimes, you know, remember, it's very different when you live under your own roof and under parents' roof.
Mhm.
Sometimes they got some rules and regulations that, you know what I mean, doesn't make no sense.
Fortunately, my mom didn't. She doesn't. We were mother and daughter, and we lived under the same roof. But when it came to rules, it was, if you're going to be gone all night, just let me know.
Mhm.
Or if you're going to be, whatever time you're going to be back, let me know. And she was good with that. I mean, it didn't matter. It was, or if anytime I needed to borrow the car and she wasn't using it, she would say, here, take it for a couple of days. It was more of a roommate type thing because we were best friends, even though we were mother and daughter, but Mom and I were so much alike, we didn't really get on each other's nerves.
Gotcha.
I mean, I feel very fortunate to say that. And there's nobody else in this world that will ever be like that. And that's the reason I want her home now. So if God comes to me and tells me where he thinks Mom is, or if somebody tells me something about Mom, I don't care what time it is or what day it is, I will call you with all the information and beg you to please go talk to him. And I don't care. It could sound like the most ridiculous thing in the world. I would still call you.
Have you ever rented cars?
Yes.
Do you do it through the same company all the time?
Enterprise.
Enterprise. When was the last time you rented a car?
I think August.
August. Okay. And what was I gonna tell you? And when you rent a car, who pays for it?
I do.
What do you use a credit card?
There was one time that Mom rented the car, but I gave her the money whenever I got back. But yeah, I pay for it, and I use a credit card, or a couple of times I used a prepaid card, but I stopped doing that only because you have to have, and one time I used my debit card. So, but there was one time that Mom rented a car for me, and I paid her as soon as I got back.
How much was that?
$200.
$200.
Mm-hmm.
How much was the ticket to Ohio?
I would have to have my phone to verify. I think it was like 300 and something.
Okay. And what's through Southwest?
No, it was on Spirit. I'm going up on the Friday and coming back on Monday.
So it's only a weekend thing that you're gonna go?
Right, I'm going to check everything out and then come back before I arrange to have everything. And that was one of the reasons for the storage, because I'm not taking everything.
Taking what you need.
I'm just taking what I need. And I just needed something small, and that's the reason I stopped, because they have some really small ones, and I've seen them, but I didn't know they weren't open on Sunday. But since nobody came, I said I'll just deal with it later.
If so, for example, you said you're gonna leave Friday, come back Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure everything is settled, everything is good. Try to When were you planning to actually do the big move? Like actually just go and...
I was gonna make that decision once I got up there.
When you're scheduled again to start working over there?
That is whenever I get up there is when they're gonna give me my official start date.
Okay.
So I
When you gonna meet with your boss when you want to go up there this weekend?
on Monday.
On Monday.
No, I'm sorry. On Saturday. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. That's the reason we're talking. That way we can clarify things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because originally I was supposed to meet him on Monday, but the flight back leave. I have to leave there at like 7:00, and I get back at like 10 something in the morning. So, and originally the flight didn't leave until later, so we bumped the meeting back. So, but I wanted to look at everything, go over everything, and make sure that that was what was going to be best for me. And at this point, unless Mom is staying in that house on Thursday, I don't think I can go. I can't. I can't go until my mother is standing back in the house.
Gotcha. I wouldn't go either, you know what I mean?
You're the first person who's told me that. Everybody, all the other deputies, detectives, my sister has said, go, there's nothing you
Hell no.
Well, what they've told me, my sister...
I will not go.
My sister's exact words for me is, there is nothing you can do here that you can't do in Ohio.
Still, you got, and this is the way I see it. I don't know if you see it the same way. But this is the way I see it. You got some big decisions to make when you get up there. If you're not completely clear on your mind, 100%, you cannot make those decisions because those decisions are going to change kind of your life. If you're looking for a new career,
I would be able to
relocate,
concentrate.
exactly. You need to concentrate and be completely here. So I don't blame you if you don't want to go.
But she's telling me there's nothing I can do here that I can't do in Ohio. That I'm exactly the same distance apart.
Well,
The other detectives are saying I should go up there because I need to concentrate on work.
That's the reason why I tell you, Amy. You make your own decisions. You forget about everybody else. Amy makes a decision for Amy. And nobody can obligate nobody to do anything that they don't want. If Amy wants to stay, because the situation is going on, and your primary mission right now is to get Mom home,
right?
You stay. You want to stay.
Exactly. And I told Judy, I can't leave. I mean, Judy, I told her, I said, Judy, I can't leave not knowing what's going on with Mom. And she goes, yes, you can. You just need to go. And I'm like, how can you say that? It's your mother. And I walked in the house and I'm like, there's no way I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go. Not until my mother is staying in that house. I don't care if work would do me good. I'm not going to be able to concentrate until I know exactly that my mother's in that house, she's okay, and I can reach out and touch her. I can't. I'm not going. That's my decision, and it's in the subject. I don't care what anybody else tells me. That's my feeling, and that's my mom. And you're the first person who's actually agreed with me. Everybody else has told me I'm wrong. And I don't understand how people can say that.
You forgot about people. Don't pay attention to what people say. About people's opinions, okay? Just don't pay attention to that. Let me step out. Let me give you some tissues, okay? All right, be right back.
I just really want to go home. I want your mom to go home. I just want to go.
Sorry about that. That's the best I can find.
It's
The girls next door, they didn't buy the other nice fancy tissue.
fine. I don't care.
You okay?
I just really want to go home.
Got a couple more questions for you, real quick.
Okay.
You said, when was the last time you rented a car for Enterprise? When was that?
It was in August.
In August? What kind of car was it?
No, I would have to look at my phone. I can
You
look.
remember the color at least?
No.
Was this big, small, 4-door, 2-door, sporty?
Four-door, it may have been, silver,
Okay.
like a, sad part about it is I love this car. I would have to look at my phone.
Okay.
It would tell me. I think it was silver.
You remember how much you paid for that?
Not on the top of my head, no.
Okay.
It would tell me on my, I can look and it would tell
Who,
me.
whose credit card you used to that one?
Mine.
Yours? Okay. Okay.
No, wait a minute. The silver one may have been the one that Mom did, and I did it for 3 days, and that's when I gave her $200.
Okay.
Before that, it was also in August, I paid for. That one, I don't know if it was silver or if it was black and silver. Same style car, same exact car, just different colors.
How many credit cards that your mom has? Oh,
Three.
and which companies are those credit card companies?
GM, which is like Capital One, I believe.
Okay.
Up Promise, and I'm not exactly sure who they're through. And she has one in her name, and I have one in my name. We both do, and we both have the same PIN number on both of them. And then she has her CFE Platinum, and those are the only three I know of.
So those accounts that you have, that she has one, her name, the other one has your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the primary account holder?
She is.
She is. So she gives you one with your name on it as like a permission for you to use that one.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
use it, and I pay for what I use. She pays for what she uses, I pay for what I use.
When was the last time you used one of her credit cards to buy anything?
Four. Wait a minute, is this September?
Mm-hmm.
June, July.
When you purchased? Let me asking.
It was, I used the GM car, and it was a rental car.
Fall off of the Bronco. Okay. All right. Is your mom like into technology and stuff like that? No.
She tries to be, and I try to help her with it. not very tech savvy, but she tries.
Okay. Does your mom has an email account?
Yes, she has two.
Two? Which ones are those?
She has,
What are the email addresses?
there's tayhawk10@aol.com.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, TAY
TAY
HAWK
HAWK
10
10
at AOL.com.
AOL.com.
And then for the other one, it's Tayhawk 11
Yeah, what's it? Tayhawk 11.
at yahoo.com.
Okay. Yahoo.com. You got access to those emails?
That the Yahoo one is on my phone because that's what she sets up for the GM and the up. So it comes to me. I don't have access to her AOL one.
Okay.
But because we share the two cards is the reason I have that on my phone. And that way when I get an email, I let her know.
Okay.
But normally when I get an email, because I put a charge. So, but if I didn't, I tell her, hey mom, did you know. But the AOL one, that's her, that's all on her phone.
Okay. What can you tell me about, there's been any recent purchases by your mom that you know of? Because there's some things that I need for you to help me explain and understand, okay?
I know she bought some stuff from Walmart.
Okay, do you know those things that she bought?
I know she bought a full-length mirror, TV,
Okay.
and because of the TV in her TV room is going out, and I think she bought some jewelry.
Okay, how big was the TV that she bought?
She bought a big one. I don't know exactly how big, but I know she was bigger than mine. So.
What credit card she used to pay for that one?
I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to guess Walmart.
Do you remember how much was the whole bill?
No, I didn't ask her.
Did she tell you why she needed those things?
No.
Did she tell you exactly what kind of jewelry she bought?
Other than just, like earrings and necklaces, because she wanted some stuff to wear to go with, church stuff and, different things like that. She was tired of not having, different things to wear. I mean, I can't say anything about that. Everybody deserves to feel pretty.
What will you say if I believe that your mom was not the one that did those purchases? I believe the person that made those purchases was you. Your mom found out that you were making those purchases and she didn't like it.
Why would I make the purchases?
I don't know.
I don't
You have access to the account. You got access to the emails.
I don't have access.
I just don't see a 79-year-old woman buying a 50-inch TV.
I got a 42-inch TV. I don't need a 50-inch TV.
Okay. Understand? And I think she got upset at you.
Those are not my purchases. I don't need the jewelry. I've got plenty of jewelry. I don't need the jewelry. I don't need a 50-inch TV.
Okay.
And I don't need a full-length mirror.
Gotcha. So did she talk to you about those purchases? Did she mention anything to you when she did those purchases?
Yeah, she asked me if I could help her with them,
Okay.
and I of course said yes.
What do you mean to help her with them? What do you mean?
She was ordering them on the computer, so she wanted help with them.
What computer did she use?
She actually used my phone.
Your phone.
Yeah.
So you did all the transactions on the phone.
All I did was go through, and she told me what she wanted, and I said okay, and whenever it started coming up, I told her she needed to put in her numbers, her account numbers and all this other stuff. I had her do that, and when she did that, I told her, I said, okay, if you're done, hit continue. I didn't watch her do it, so I just told her when she got done to hit continue, and when she got done, she said okay, and I said, have you reviewed the order? She said yes. I said okay, hit continue, submit, or whatever. She did, and confirmation came up. And that was it. But it was not for me. I just helped her with it.
Okay.
Because, I'm taking my 42-inch TV with me, so I don't need a 50-inch. I don't need jewelry, and I don't need a full-length mirror. These are things that I don't need, nor do I want.
Okay. What else did she buy? Has she made any other purchases other than that? Other than those purchases?
Not that I'm aware of. I've got some stuff that I'm saving that I haven't bought yet from Walmart, but it's for bedding.
Okay.
But I haven't bought it yet, but
And around what
that's
time
going
was
to be
that?
for me.
Around what time did you guys make those purchases? Around what that time? When? And what day?
Friday or Saturday?
Around what time?
I don't know.
Was daylight still out? Or was it dark?
I believe it was daylight.
Before dinner? After dinner? Before lunch? After lunch?
I would say after lunch. I don't wear a watch, and I don't really,
Okay.
I don't pay.
But you gotta watch on your phone. It seems like you always have a lot of time on your phone.
But my phone is, I don't always have, my phone is normally dark.
Well, it sounds like you're always on the phone. You use your phone a lot.
I do, but I don't always
It just the
look-
thing I
I
don't
don't
understand
look
is
at
like she has a perfectly capable computer at her house, and then you guys use your phone
Yeah,
to make such a big purchase.
we've done that before. We've sit in her TV room and doodlings, a lot of different things on my phone. She likes my phone. It's nothing unusual. It's faster than the one that's in there because she hates how slow it is. And it's nothing unusual about it. Anytime I make purchases, I use my phone.
How about the laptop? Her laptop.
Judy bought her that laptop. I actually thought she had it with her because she's normally in the TV room, and the detective is the one who found it underneath her bed. I didn't know that it was there at the house. I thought she had it with her. But that's something that Judy bought her. I don't have anything to do with the laptop.
Okay.
I know she doesn't like the laptop because it has Windows 8 on it, and she hates Windows 8. She refuses to use it.
Does she have like an iPad or a tablet, anything like that?
It was the little one, an iPad.
Okay.
Yeah. She has one of those. It was also with the laptop. I thought she had with her because that's normally in her TV room. That's the reason I thought she had it with her. But he found it under her bed. But again, that's something that she does. And I think that's just mainly got like books and solitaire or stuff like that in there.
She knows how to use that pretty good? Understands it pretty good? No, no. No. She even needs to like to turn her on?
She doesn't like turning either one of them on.
Oh, wow. Gotcha.
I mean, she hates Windows 8 that much. I don't think I've seen her use the laptop and
Wow.
the iPad, or did you bought her? I haven't seen her use that since probably the beginning of the year.
Wow.
She doesn't like it. I mean, and she's not going to tell Judy her feelings. I did think she did take it with her, but
Okay. You've been completely sincere with me this whole time?
yes, sir.
I know we cleared up some stuff that was kind of cloudy before,
Yes, sir, I am.
and you put it on the table.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. And you swear that everything you have told me has been the truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You swear?
I swear.
Okay.
Hand to God. If I can help my mom technically, I always have. I try to teach her. I write stuff down for her. But when she gets overwhelmed, I'm like, Mom, here, just let me do it. You tell me. But when it comes to the numbers and stuff like that, you need to put this, and this in. And just hit continue or submit, whatever it says. And then we go from there. And then that's it. And then I keep her updated. But there is no jewelry I need. I do not need a full-length mirror. And I have absolutely no use for a 50-inch TV when I have a 42-inch TV that I'm taking with me.
Did you guys pick that up already? You guys
No.
got delivered to the house already, or
She requested for it to be delivered.
when it gets there? Do you know?
I don't know what date she picked.
No. Okay. I'm gonna throw something at you right now. I'm gonna share this with you, okay? What do you think happened to your mom?
I don't know.
Do you think she's with Rose?
I want to believe she is, yes.
Okay. You said that you want to believe that she's with Rose, so that means that you don't believe she's with Rose. What are you thinking right now, other than you want to believe that she's with Rose?
I want to believe with Rose because if she's with Rose, then she's okay. If she's not with Rose, then my fear is
What's your fear?
that she's not okay. And I don't want to think that
In what way that she's not okay?
somebody's hurt her, somebody is hurting her, somebody is holding her and not letting her go. I don't know. That's the reason I want to believe she's with Rose and she's okay. And that y'all are going to bring her home. I don't want to think of the other things. It's too hard for me to think of the other things. I want to have faith and I want to believe that she's with Rose and y'all are going to find her and bring her home safely. And stand her in our living room so me and my sister can go, you scared the hell out of us. Don't ever do it again. That's what I want to believe. I don't want to believe anything else. If I believe anything else, I'll curl up into a ball and never stop crying. That's why I'm literally.
You don't know where your mama's at right now. You have no idea.
Then
You know you will tell me, right?
yes. If I even had a clue or hint or anything, I would tell you in person. I would ask you to send everybody to go get her. I have absolutely no idea. I wish I did.
Well, we'll define your mom. She's been at the house the whole time.
My mom's been at the house the whole time.
But she's dead.
What?
Your mom been at the house this whole time, and she's dead. She passed.
No. No, 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 no!
She's been in the backyard the whole time.
No!
She was buried in the backyard.
No.
She was buried in the backyard the whole time.
No.
And flowers placed on top of her.
No.
There's no reason for me to lie to you, Amy.
No.
Telling you the truth.
Where in the backyard?
Your mom is passed, died, is dead,
No.
and was buried in the backyard of her own house.
No.
And then they put flowers, not just natural flowers, fake plastic flowers on top of her with fresh soil to make it seem that it was a nice, beautiful garden. Who will do that, something like that, to this sweet old lady? Who will do that to her? She didn't deserve it.
No, she didn't. I don't know. I don't know. She didn't deserve that. My mother was a Christian woman. She's a good woman. She did not deserve that. No. not gone. Please, God, please tell me she's not gone. No. What happened?
Still trying to figure out.
She was buried,
She was buried.
and they put flowers on top of her. My mother didn't deserve that. She's nothing but good to everybody. I need you to help me understand.
I'm trying to understand myself. That's the reason why I'm trying to talk to you. For you to be able to tell me without holding anything back and be completely truthful and to figure out what happened to your mom. What's the reason why this happened to your mom?
I don't know of any reason why this would happen to my mother. My mother has never done anything to anybody for them to do that. I know you've never met my mother, but she has never done anything to anybody for them to do that to her. She is a decent, good Christian woman that would give you her shirt off of her back. There is nothing she wouldn't do for her friends. My mother didn't deserve that, and there is nobody that I know that would do that to her, or would have any reason to do that to her. I don't know anybody she's made mad. I don't know. I don't know.
Now you understand why it was so important for me to confirm and reconfirm where you've been, who you were with, stuff like that.
You thought I did that to my mom?
I'm not saying that you did it to your mom. It just this how severe this investigation, how deep just got into right now. I'm trying to cover all my tracks. Every entrance, every exit, every window, every crack, everything of this investigation. You understand what I mean? And that's the reason why I'm asking you to be completely truthful with me and tell me where you were, who you were with, what time was this, what time was that.
I understand.
They just went from a missing person investigation to a homicide, to a murder.
I understand that.
Just went from another human being taking the life of another human being. A homicide, a murder.
My mother has never done anything to deserve somebody doing that. She doesn't know anybody capable of taking another life.
Where's the bank card that you used yesterday to withdraw the money?
It's at the house.
Where's that at the house?
I believe it's in my purse.
Is it in your purse? Yeah, that bank card has your mom's name on it?
Mhm.
Have you ever taken money from your mom?
No. Never.
Have you ever taken advantage of your mom income situation, knowing that your mom, loves you very much, babies you a little bit more than your other siblings? Have you used that to take advantage of her?
No.
Because for me, I know me growing up, I knew what kind of face and what kind of excuse to tell my parents
No.
for them to buy me stuff.
No. I wouldn't do that to my mother. She needs too much. My mother has always been there for me. I wouldn't do that to her.
You guys ever argue about money?
No.
About finances?
No.
Accusing mom you spending too much money, Amy you spending too much money.
No. We never did. I don't know what to do. It's like a worm, you just died. I have absolutely no idea what to do right now.
They use your other part to help me. To be able to understand this, Amy.
I don't even understand this. Captain, I help you?
What person took out the time and energy to hurt an innocent older female who loves her daughter very much, her daughters? I know she loved her other daughter.
Yeah,
How many kids she has total? How many?
2.
2. Who loves both her little girls very much. Will do whatever she can for her daughters. And this is the way that her life ended.
I don't know.
Hurt and buried in her own backyard. And then put soil on and then fake flowers. And really, damn, and somebody really thought this through.
I don't know. I don't know.
But then the thing is that they thought it through, but then just forgot a couple of legal details. See, that person thought that he or she thought of everything, but left a couple of details out.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
Very good thing. Because that's when the forensic part opens up, the evidence part opens up.
Right.
We'll be able to put everything together
Right.
and put that puzzle together.
Right.
Understand?
That's a good thing.
Very good thing.
don't know anybody that would do that. And I'm certain my mother doesn't know anybody who would do that.
Just trying to figure this out.
I understand.
You know, that's what we're trying to do.
I know.
How about Carrie? You think we will do anything like that?
God, no. There's no way. Carrie loved my mother. He's the type of person, he can't even stand if he sees a man yell at a woman. There is absolutely no way, no. Not possible. I wouldn't be around somebody like that.
Going back to the purchases at Walmart. You stated that you helped your mom purchase those things to do the transaction online. You said that she wanted the items to come to the house, be delivered to the house, you said?
Yes.
Okay. But you have no idea when they're gonna get there.
No.
Okay. Why is your phone showing that you've been tracking the packages?
I haven't been tracking the packages. You have my phone. You have my phone since yesterday.
Okay.
How could I be tracking the packages?
I don't know. That's what your phone's showing.
There's no way for me to track the packages. You have my phone.
Okay.
I can't track those packages. Not if you got it. I haven't been in the house. You got my phone. There's no way for me to track the packages. I mean, does that make sense?
I just give you the facts what your phone shows. You understand what I mean?
but I mean-
I just give you the facts of what your phone shows.
Does that make
You
sense?
understand what I mean?
Does that-
I'm just saying. I just give you the facts
I
of
understand.
what your phone shows. That's all.
I know, but what
You
my
know?
what my phone is showing is I've been tracking the packages. You've had my phone. I've not been allowed in my house. I haven't had my phone. I still don't have my phone.
The tracking shows that the last time your phone went into the website or tracking the packages was on the 20th before law enforcement was contacted.
No.
Okay. I'm just giving you the facts
Okay.
of what your phone states.
Okay, but no.
You understand what I mean? It just,
I understand.
I'm going based on what your phone says.
I understand, but no.
Okay?
I can tell you flat out, no. There was no reason for me to track them. Unless she asked me to. And obviously she didn't. So I would have no reason to track the packages. They weren't mine.
It's so weird. Your last phone call, oh, actually somebody heard your mom was at 8 o'clock on Saturday, which that was the 19th. And then, somehow, nobody have heard from your mom since Saturday night. And then all of a sudden, mysteriously, your phone shows that somebody mysteriously tracked the package or the order that your mom made either Friday or Saturday that you said that you helped her with that purchase. And like you just said right now, that you only will track the package if your mom will ask you to do it. Am I right or am I wrong? Is that accurate or that's not accurate?
Wait a minute. Okay, so you're saying that my phone is showing that package was...
Everything on phones shows a timestamp. What I say is date and time.
I understand that part.
Okay, the timestamp that shows the last person that went into the website trying to track the package was on the 20th. It shows the time before law enforcement was contacted. So that was before we made contact with you and your sister.
That was not me. I can tell you that was not me.
And then right before that, right now, you say that you will not track it. You'll not be tracking the package on your own unless your mom will ask you to do it.
Right. That's how I know it was not me. She made the order, and that was...
Amy,
I know where
let's be sincere with each other. Listen to me. Bottom line right now. Bottom line right now, Amy. Right now, Amy, your mother was murdered. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
I know that.
I'm asking you some simple question that I got the facts to follow to be able to sustain it, and you still lying to me.
I'm not lying.
How about a simple question?
I have not tracked the package. Did I go on Walmart's website? Maybe. But did I track the package? No. I could have gone on Walmart's website. It's not unusual for me to do that. But did I track the package? No.
Your mom was murdered in her own house, wrapped up in garbage bags, and buried in the backyard.
I don't need to know this.
And then they were decent about it to put soil, fresh soil, and then put some flowers on it, on her grave. The person who did that has more than enough time to do and plan this. The person who did it had a reason why to do it. Your mom wasn't picked randomly. She was targeted. And the person who committed this knew your mother. And your mother knew that person. Your mother found something out about that person and confronted that person. And this is what happened. This is the result of that confrontation. That person knows that time is on their side and took their time to clean everything up, wrap your mom's body in plastic garbage bags, go to the backyard, dig a hole,
Please.
drag your mom's body,
Stop.
to that hole
Please stop.
and bury her. And probably out of respect, let's put some fresh soil on it and some fake flowers, some plastic flowers on it.
Please
Amy, you
stop.
gotta talk to me, Amy. You have to talk to me, Amy.
I didn't have anything to do with that.
You have to talk to me, Amy.
I'm talking to you. I did not have anything to do with that.
You need to stop talking. You need to stop lying. You need to stop telling me everything that you know. And you need to be completely honest with me, for the sake of your mother, Amy. For the sake of your mom. Now is the time, Amy, that you know that mom is not gonna come back home. You have an opportunity to stop being honest with me and fix things up. And be completely honest with me for us to be able to do our job. That's the only thing I can tell you, Amy. That's the only thing I can say.
I don't know anything about any of that. I don't know anybody who would do that. I certainly wouldn't do that, especially to my own mother.
I have people sit in this same chair
I know.
telling me the same thing.
I
Amy.
know. I know.
And you can't even be sincere with me about some other questions that I have asked you. I had to give and more and put more on the table for me to be able to get it out from you.
I had nothing to do with what happened to my mother. I don't know anybody that would do that to my mother. I did not have a confrontation with my mother. I would benefit none from this. At all.
You got access to her bank account. You got access to her financial situation. Credit cards, bank accounts.
If she's dead, no, I do not. My sister does. My sister has control over everything.
Well, you took out money,
With her permission.
took $2,500, paid for
She
the higher
did it.
trip, took, I don't know, another $600 2 times through the year, another $400.
That she gave me.
You know what I mean?
She gave me that.
And now you're sitting me here that your sister was the one that got all the benefits of it?
She has the, and according to what Mom has set up, Judy does the financial power of attorney, all that stuff. Not me.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But I had absolutely nothing to do with what happened to my mother.
Very interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Just look at all the money spent this last week. All the money spent on this last week. Money taken out of our account on Sunday, which I had to confront you about it. Because you would not tell me about that. You told me from the beginning that you went from the house to Westgate to meet whatever her name is and come back straight home.
And I told you why.
Yeah, I know.
And I had her permission to do it.
But then after that, you finally came out. That you left the house, made a right on 192, made a U-turn, stopped in front of the junkyard, talked to Marie for I don't know how long. Then you went to the bank. Then when you went to the other storage place, then you went to talk to the lady
Went to
or something
Westgate.
like that, and then come back home. You understand? You had control over her finances. You had control over email. You had control over credit card. You had control over debit card. You had control over bank checks, you name it. You had an open book of your mom. Finances.
I didn't have control over her her checks, or I don't have her credit cards. GM up, they'll be canceled. So I don't know where you think I have control.
Before you went to Gainesville on Saturday, did you stop at any gas station?
No.
Here in town, in St. Cloud? Kissimmee?
Mm-hmm. I'm not lying to you. I'm not.
There's some stuff in your story, Amy, I'm going to be completely sincere with you, that is still a little bit cloudy and fuzzy to me.
Okay.
Just-
Tell me what's cloudy and fuzzy.
There's no reason from the beginning for you to hide all those things from me. I've been throwing you, the whole time we've been sitting here today, I've been throwing you facts at you to try to confirm where you've been, where you haven't been. And when I give you almost the whole thing, that's when you go, cling. Oh, that's right, yeah, I stopped at that place. Stop at that place. Yeah, I did this, I did that. How do you think that made me feel? What do you think makes me feel, questioning myself? I want to trust Amy, I want to believe her, but I can't.
It puts doubts in your mind.
And then I get hit. It feels like a baseball bat right to my chest while they found the house. How about you, Mom?
I stood on that back porch not knowing that she was there. How do you think it makes me feel?
When you were standing on that back porch.
I was smoking a cigarette
When?
on Sunday
What time?
after my sister left. I went outside, smoked a cigarette, and I was staying there, and I had no idea she was there. How do you think that makes me feel?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm being completely open with you.
Horrible.
So
I was standing here smoking a cigarette, and I had no idea that my mother was in the backyard, dead, buried. And then I went inside, laid down, and took a nap, while my mother was laying in the backyard, buried.
Ron, what time was that? That your sister left?
Do we have to ask her? I don't know.
How long do you
12:30, maybe.
how long did your sister stay at the house?
Um,
From the time she got home?
Joy was supposed to call at noon. By 12:15, she hadn't. So my sister left between 12:15 and 12:30. After she left, I stepped out and smoked a cigarette, went back inside, changed clothes, and laid down, watched 10-15 minutes of TV, and fell asleep and woke up to Judy hollering my name with a law enforcement officer. And I didn't even look at what the clock said. I just jumped up real quick. I thought they had found Mom. That was my first thought. That they had located her.
Again, who would do something like this? That's the question everybody's asking, Amy.
An animal. A sadistic animal.
Somebody you think that has some psychological, some problems or some emotional problems, you think?
Could.
I don't know what people.
I don't know what a person thinks or what goes through their mind when they do something like that.
Based on my training and experience, Amy, as a law enforcement officer, as a police officer, in every situation where somebody gets hurt, where somebody argue, or somebody fights, there's always three sides of each story. It takes two people for something. Most of the things happen. Then you got one story that belongs to him or her, and another story that belongs to the other side, and right in the middle, when something happened, which the middle one is the real one, and that if there's any other witnesses or any video to prove, the only person that knows is God. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
And in life, everybody makes mistakes. We're human beings. We're not perfect.
Murder is not a mistake.
You understand what I mean? Well, there's some things in life, emotionally and mentally, that takes over, that blinds people. Follow either an argument or a disagreement. You know, somebody getting caught doing something they're not supposed to be doing, to be on somebody else's back. Somebody got jealous. Somebody, you know, that heat of the moment. Somebody bump into somebody else. Or something that will take that person to the edge, for that person to take those horrible actions and hurt a human being, which sometimes end up taking that person's life. The good thing about life is that life always gives you a second chance. And God always forgives. And it's up to that person to take the opportunity to make things right, to clear their mind, clear their conscience, and take that evil or whatever thing inside that is carrying them out, holding them back from keep moving forward to be happy with life. However, that person needs to make that decision, needs to take that road to stand up and say, here's what really happened. We got into it. It was an argument and stuff like that. I lost it. Blah, 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 blah. You understand what I mean? Then when I noticed, I freaked out. Based on my training experience, always ends up like that. Most of the times. It's up to that person to take a stand, make that decision to come out with the truth. Now, I'll tell you this right now. I've seen the change in people. The relief. They feel forgiven. Not just by just God, by the person they hurt, by the family members. But if that person doesn't forgive themselves and take the opportunity to make things right, I think it's too late. It's too late. That person has one more opportunity to make things right. If that person doesn't take the opportunity, that's up to that person. But that person cannot later on turn around and say, I never had the opportunity. that person can never deny I never had the opportunity to tell my side of the story. Say, this is what really happened. It took me this, I got this emotion and stuff like that. It took me to the edge.
Okay.
The only thing I'm telling you, Amy, is that I need for you to start being honest with me. There's still a couple blank spots that are blank that you haven't been completely truthful for me.
Which are?
Where you been the whole weekend?
Saturday, Chiefland. Sunday, here.
Okay.
Sunday night, here. Literally, in this building.
Mm-hmm.
And at my dad's. Friday, I was at home.
And you did tell me that you received phone calls from your mom on Saturday night, right?
One.
Okay, a phone call. And it was after what, 8:30 you said?
No, it was between 8:20 and 8:25.
Okay. And then, what I could recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, you also stated that you attempted to call your mom.
And because she
Tried to get in contact with her, but you said that it will say, will not ring, it will say, this caller doesn't have voicemail set up and you can leave a message.
Correct.
Okay. And how many times you tried to call her back?
Once.
Once. And that was Saturday night.
Yes. And once it said that, I mean, I know that my sister tried throughout the night, but if the mailbox isn't set up, it's not set up. So,
Okay.
the only thing I could hope is that she would call.
Gotcha. All right. I'm gonna step out real quick, all right? I'll be right back. Amy, you need to use the restroom or anything like that? Are you good? You sure? Alright, be right back.
Amy, what medication is that?
This is for my heart,
Okay.
and this is for my blood pressure. And I was supposed to pick another one up today, but I have to do it by 6 o'clock, and obviously I don't think that's going to happen.
And you have it with you just because you need it, you take it as needed? Or do you take it at a certain time?
This one is at 1, and this is at twice a day, and I have to take them at certain times.
I understand.
And they brought them down to me, down to my dad's house, because it was time for me to take them.
Okay.
So when they came by, when y'all came by, I just picked up everything and brought them with me.
Okay.
Because I was under the understanding that I was coming to get my phone and then going
I
home.
understand. Some crazy developments happened, like,
More than crazy.
you know what the issue is, I think, is the lack of logic that's going into what you're saying, and the untruths that you told us already. That's the biggest problem, because when someone lies to you, especially in a circumstance like this.
I know, and I corrected it with him.
No, you corrected. Yeah, sure, but you gotta. That looks like you're hiding something.
I know.
And
I'm not.
well, let me tell you.
And I know it looks like it, and it looks bad.
I just want to tell you the way I see it. Okay.
You've always been the blunt one.
And I have that reputation.
That's fine. I don't.
It's all me coming out though.
No, I like blunt, so
Okay.
please.
Friday, the 18th, you make a call to your mom. Late at night, about 11 p.m. It doesn't appear that there's any talking going on, but you call her number from your phone.
On the 18th?
On Friday, the 18th, late at night, probably about 11 p.m., your phone makes a phone call to your mother's phone. Okay?
Cell phone? House phone?
I'd have to check on that. one or the other. I don't know where you were Friday night.
I was at home.
Okay, so
So was she.
I understand. I'm just telling you that this is Brett telling you what he's seeing, okay?
Okay.
That's weird. Saturday, there is no communication between your phone, your mother's cell phone, or the house phone.
See, that's what I don't understand, because there
All right.
was.
And I'm having trouble understanding it too, because what I know from these records, I've been a detective for 20 years. All right. Now, recently, in the last 10 years, we've had the magic of cell phones. And I tell you what it is cell phone records are accurate. They tell you exactly what it is. It can go up into a court of law. The custodian of records will come and testify and show you how accurate these records are. I've never seen them inaccurate. And this isn't your phone I'm looking at. These are the records from the phone company.
I understand that, but
Okay, let me
there
continue.
should be a record
Okay.
from a call from my mother
Shoulda,
and
coulda,
then
woulda.
from me to her.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, there's not.
There should be though.
Okay, but there's not. This is just me, what I'm seeing, okay?
Okay.
So we move on, and now it's Saturday. And Saturday, a lot of what appears to be weird stuff is going on. Your mother buys you a plane ticket. I understand that she'd be more than happy to do that for you, okay? We got a ton of purchases online. We got a wire transaction for $2,500 from your mother's account to yours.
No wire transaction check, but okay.
You know what I'm saying, electronic transaction.
Mobile
first.
deposit.
Right. So we're talking almost like $5,000 in one day. Okay. Then you say that.
Wait a minute. No, the 25 that went into my account was for me.
I understand that. I'm just talking amounts of money
But
added
the
up.
purchases, that was with my mother's.
I'm telling you how we're looking at it because it's coming from your phone. This is what Brett's seeing. That's all I'm telling you.
Okay, but she had me.
I heard the whole thing.
Okay.
I've heard you explain it before. I don't want to
Okay.
explain myself now.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So we have all that money that's shifted hands. This is what I'm seeing on Saturday. Now you say that Carrie and you called one another.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look at the records, but I don't see that call anywhere. I don't know when you made the plans. I don't know. It sounded kind of spontaneous that you guys decided. So that when I'm thinking around 3 o'clock, you guys decided you were going to get together because you said you were out of the house by 5.
Yes.
Okay? So I'm thinking about at least,
He would have had to.
Afternoon.
He left at 3 in order to be there by 5.
right. So I don't see that communication, and I'll have to double check that one because I don't remember seeing that. Then you tell me last night the route that you guys always take. Okay? You have a GPS that's still in your purse. He has a GPS. And the way that not the GPS,
I was going to say, I
not a GPS, a transponder, a e-pass.
I didn't take it with me.
But this is, I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
You have an e-pass, and Carrie has an e-pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys, as far as you say, you go up the turnpike, and let's just stop there. You guys go up the turnpike. You say that he goes through one transponder, one area, and then he pays for the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? What I know about the turnpike is that no matter if you go under there or you go into the stall to pay, there's still a reader there. There's a reader at everywhere you go.
They take a picture of your tag.
And we're not getting any of that from your e-pass or his. Now I say yours because your e-pass is still in your purse, inside the house.
I put it back in there, but I took it out.
That's what doesn't make sense to me. That you got home, and this is where one of the lies comes in. You tell us you got home at 11, but then you said you got home earlier than that. For some reason, you
At
decided
9.
not to tell us the truth. Okay? So what is the truth to that statement? What time did you get home?
9 in the morning.
So you left, you
At
both
7.
left at 7 o'clock. You get here, does he get out and go in the house?
No.
He drops you off. You immediately go inside. Is your mom there?
No.
Okay. Your mom's not there. You say that the keys are inside the home. That you don't have keys to the car, that your mom has the keys. And you find the spare keys inside the home. Is that right?
The spare key was on the counter in
Right.
the kitchen.
So you
But
immediately...
I had to go through the gate
Right.
into the back door. of
So the house is locked up.
Yeah, and I went through the gate. I opened it. I have a key to the house,
And that's important, that the house is locked up.
Yes.
I'm going to get to that in a minute.
and I saw that there was a key there.
Okay.
I
Let
put
me
my purse
continue.
down, and
You immediately get on the phone. You know the car's there. You know your mom's not there. You have this, and I'm going to call it a suspicious phone call that your mom gives you, apparently, that's not on the record. And she tells you something that she's going to California to console a woman whose husband just died, and she's
that
driving.
was Saturday.
Okay. But what I'm saying is you come into the empty house knowing that that occurred the night before.
Yeah.
Okay? And the first thing you do is you call up Tasha for some cigarettes instead of wondering where your mom's at. So, you get in the car, you drive, this is what you tell us first of all, and you do the cigarette transaction.
Well, I had text Tasha.
I understand. This is just what I'm seeing, okay? You go and you say you trade the cigarettes, and I come right back. This is what your first story is, okay?
Right.
Then we start getting we start getting facts, and we start understanding situations. And
And I
now we're
changed my
looking at it,
story.
and we're looking at it going, what is going on here?
And I changed my story.
So now we have your mother, somebody spending your mother's money on Saturday. Now we have a couple purchases on Sunday who we find out is you. Not purchases, but a withdrawal from a bank, along with other purchases as well, I might add. And we have you, with your mother's card, withdrawing $400 from the bank.
Did I have permission from?
From how? How do you have permission? Your mom's not even there.
I got permission from her. She gave it to me on Friday.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it may
You
not.
got permission to use it Sunday? Here's my card. I'm going to be leaving unexpectedly, so here's my card.
She gave it to me on Friday. She said you can withdraw $400.
Amy, that doesn't make
I
sense
didn't know she
to
was
me.
leaving on Saturday.
Okay, I'm just telling you how I feel. And
I understand that, but she said, "Here's my card."
That does not make sense. And not only she gives you the card to hold, she doesn't think she's going anywhere. She gets this
I
emergency.
don't know that.
Okay, well, she gets an emergency situation where you said, well, she kind of sounded like a little, maybe she was upset. And then she bolts to Colorado within minutes because your sister runs to the house and there's no one there.
Right.
Okay? Then you say, okay, I lied about when I got home. I still don't understand why you did that. I did hear that you didn't want to look like a bad person, you didn't want to do that. But if she gave you permission to get $400 out of the bank, how is that going to make you look like a bad person? You don't even talk to your sister. You don't talk to your father. Who is going to call you a bad person for that? Now this makes me think, Amy. This makes me think. There's
I do talk to my dad.
You barely talk to your dad. Is it every day?
Not every day.
Okay. How is he going to know you got $400 out of the bank? And why would he care? Your mother gave you permission. You know what that makes me think? I think there's something going on here that I don't understand. I still don't understand it, but we're going to get to that. Okay? You go to the bank. Did you go to a gas station somewhere and get something? Either the day, I think it was on Saturday. I think it was in the morning. Maybe around, any day Saturday. Did you go to the gas station? Did you get
No.
gas, make a
No.
purchase, anything?
No, I did not drive the car on Saturday.
Okay, because someone's giving us that there was a different purchase made. Now I haven't got the video on that yet, but that's
Okay.
coming.
I didn't drive the car on Saturday.
Okay. You didn't drive the car all on Saturday.
No.
So then, let's move on. It's Sunday. You're home now. You've been home since 9 o'clock. Your mother's not there. Your sister calls you and say,
No.
are you home yet?
No.
You call your sister and you say, I will call you when I get home?
Yes.
And this was we can get the time off the report, but this is,
I call her or I text her.
you text her, that's fine. You communicate with her and say, I'll call you when I'm near the house, 15 minutes from the house. But you were already home.
Mhm.
Okay, this is another thing I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of strange. Maybe it's not for you, but it would be for me. So then, she never gets a call. She pulls up in the driveway and you come walking out of the house.
No, I did call her and say, I did call her
Okay.
and say, and told her that I'm almost there.
I'm telling you what I'm looking at, because that's not the story I got. Now, you got to remember, I've talked to way more people than you. Okay.
Okay,
So
but
there's a difference between your story and other people's story.
Okay, but on my phone it should show that I called her.
Okay, I can double check. That's fine.
And
All right.
said, yes, and then, yeah, I did,
But according to you, we can't trust your phone or the report.
but I
So-
did call her.
So then,
You can trust her phone.
so that I trust all the reports. Believe me.
Mhm.
So then,
I don't.
well, of course you don't, because it's making you out to be a bandit right now.
No, I don't trust them because there's things missing that I know should be there.
We've already established that these reports have made you give us some more truths. That you were lying for no reason, unless I can think of is you're trying to hide something.
I'm not.
Now, I'm going to get into the terrible thing that occurred. We have a dead body.
Please don't.
I'm not going to get into specifics, okay?
He's
I'm
already.
assuming that it's your relative, your mother. Okay?
He's already told me.
I know, I'm not going to get into details, but this is what I want to say. A person who breaks into a home, and I don't know if this is what you're thinking or not, a person that breaks into a home and commits a horrible act doesn't clean up like that and then not do anything for advancement. Not only that, they don't make it look like your mother left to go somewhere. That doesn't happen. I can tell you, in 10 years of homicide, with every presentation I've ever gone to, that doesn't happen. Unless it was somebody close. I'm not saying, Amy, that you did anything. But what I'm saying is, with everything I'm seeing, with all these facts and all this craziness going on, it makes me think that you're not giving us everything you know. And I can tell you one thing, the evidence will prevail. It will prevail. There's no getting around it. And for the person that steps into this room and lies and lies and lies and lies, and then at the end, the evidence prevails, guess what? There's no more talking. There's no more saying, this is what happened. It didn't happen like you think. There's no more of that. It's just done. Because we don't go back. We don't go back and talk. We try to reason with people. We try to give them the benefits of coming without everything you know. If he had something to do with it, if he didn't. But I tell you one thing, Amy. I know deep down in my heart that you're holding things back from us.
But I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
I'm telling you, Amy, you're not going to make me believe that. You're not going to make me believe that someone entered that home and then locked up afterwards and cleaned up afterwards and made everything look pretty. Whether you're trying to protect somebody,
No.
whether you're trying to protect yourself,
No.
then I don't understand why you'd be hiding all this stuff.
I'm not hiding anything.
I'm telling you, that's the way it looks, Amy.
But I'm not hiding anything. I am not.
You're not telling me everything you know.
Don't know what happened. I'm not hiding anything. I didn't do anything to my mother,
I didn't say you did.
and I didn't clean the house. I didn't make everything look pretty.
I didn't say you did.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, maybe you did. Tell me who did.
I don't know. I wish I could. If I knew, I would tell you in a heartbeat.
If I'm wrong about this, I'd be very surprised. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I hope you are right. But I tell you what, the evidence will prevail. It will prevail.
And it's going to show that
I hope so.
because I would never do that.
I'm not saying you would.
But I wouldn't protect somebody who would do that. I wouldn't even want to know somebody who would do that.
Well, you know what? I would say the same thing.
In your job, you can't.
No, listen. But with all these circumstances that surround this whole horrible thing, guess who's the shining star?
Beyond horrible. Who is the shining star?
That's you, Amy.
I'm not a shining star.
I'm telling you, you're the biggest person right now. There's things you can't understand. There's things that you wouldn't understand until we had to call you out on and prove to you that that was not the way it happened. And there's going to be more. There's going to be more things that we're going to say, you know what, Amy? You had your chance. This is it. But we'll do it that way. It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. Because in this day and time, it makes my job easy. It really does.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
I didn't do anything to my mother. I don't know who did. I wouldn't know.
Isn't it crazy that Carrie uses his e-pass one time and then doesn't use it again on the way up and on the way back, which we're going to get video of if it actually happened?
I can't tell you why he does what he does.
I know, but what I'm saying is I think that we're going to, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it or not, but one of the possibilities is that might be a fib of some kind that you guys went and paid through the. I'm just telling you. You said no before to the stuff that you already came out with. You said the same thing, Amy, did you not? You said last night. You said no way. But today you go, yeah, you got me. I didn't want to look like a bad person because my mom gave me permission to get $400 out of the bank. I heard you tell Detective Guevara that you were going to bring your TV with you to Ohio.
Yeah.
How are you going to get it there?
It's going to be, I'm going to hire a U-Haul and have them load it.
Did you call a lock service at all, locksmith, yesterday or the day before?
No, I was going to.
For what?
I wanted to have some keys made.
Okay, for who? For what? I'm just asking.
Well, because I couldn't remember. Judy wanted a key, and I couldn't remember if I had another key.
Okay.
So I was.
Did you have another key?
I did find another key. That's the reason I never called them.
Okay, that's fine. Then what's the storage? Are you getting a storage service of some kind?
I was gonna look to see about getting a small one because there are gonna be certain items that I don't take. And the one there on Old Canoe Creek Road, they have really small ones, and I was trying to see how much they cost. But there are gonna be some things that I don't take.
I don't know what to make of this.
So, I mean, that was the only reason I was looking at that. Nothing sinister.
The card that you used to get the $400 with, you told Detective Guevara that it was in your purse. It's not in your purse.
It was.
There was another, there was an American Express, I think, that belonged to your mom that was in your purse.
American Express?
Clarify that. American Express, Leah Hawkins. Does appear to be expired, but that was in your purse.
I don't know why.
So you don't know where the card is for the Central Florida's credit union?
I thought I put it back in my purse.
Where would it be if it wasn't in your purse?
I was driving in a car. I was driving in a car.
So it might be in the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I
Is that
thought.
something you would normally do, is just leave it in the car?
Well, no, but I
I think you
mean,
would put it in your purse, right?
well, if I reached over and
Inadvertently dropped it?
yeah.
Okay, I'll check on that.
Okay. I mean, I thought I did put it back, but if I dropped it, I dropped it. I mean, I haven't looked for it again, so I wouldn't know. Because I haven't drove the car since.
So what would you do if you were me? I don't know what to do. House wasn't broken into.
Everything was locked up, you're right. The key that was, I did look for a key that was outside,
Mm-hmm.
just not there.
I don't. It's not logical. I know I keep saying that.
I know.
The whole thing's not logical.
Well, she used to keep a key in where the hose wraps around, there's a little door, there's a frog inside there. She always kept a key in there just in case she locked herself out, I locked myself out.
Mm-hmm.
I went to get it because I was going to give it to my sister. It's not there.
All right, that might be.
But that doesn't mean my mother didn't
Right,
take it
Right.
and move it.
right.
I mean,
And the whole thing is just doesn't make sense. That's all there is to it.
I agree.
It's not random. There's nothing random about it.
I agree that it makes absolutely no sense. But I know I had nothing to do with it. I don't know anybody that would do that. I wouldn't even want to know somebody who would be capable of that. And I don't know what else to tell you.
Your actions don't make sense, Amy.
What do you mean?
It doesn't make sense that you would not be questioning your mother about this sudden trip for an 80-year woman to take with such a suspicious communication
I
to
don't.
you. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not a person who questions.
Okay, but that's not normal.
For me, it is. My sister is different. My mother is different. My dad is different. For me, it's normal. And I've always been that way. So if you want to say it's not normal, okay, fine. But for me, it's normal.
I'm just telling you what it look. It's just one of those.
For me, it's normal.
It's just another red flag. I mean, it's just weird.
To me, it's not. To me, it's normal. It's not a red flag to me. It's just how I always am. You know, somebody says, well, why did they do this? I don't know. Did you ask? No. Why not? I just didn't ask. That's me. To me, that's normal. It's how I've always been. So for me, it's not a red flag. It's just me. It's my personality. I don't know how else to explain it.
Well, it really might as well not be because it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And I think that would be most people, that it wouldn't make sense to them. That's fine then. All right. I'll be back.
Detective Rios. Okay. Oh, what's your name actually?
Amy.
Amy. And last name's Day, right? Okay. We haven't met. I'm a detective over actually in this same bureau with the other guys you're speaking to. I've never talked to you before, right? I'm actually assisting out with the case with your mother and stuff. Most of the time I've been at the house, my family's house, back and forth. That's where I've been. So I haven't really got to sit down and
My
talk to you and
house?
meet you. Huh?
My house.
Yes, that's where I've been. So.
In my sister's house?
Your sister's house? No, I haven't been over there.
Oh, you said my family's house. So you're talking about me, my mom and,
Yeah.
I mean, my mom's
Yeah,
house.
yeah. I know that she has been talking to you for a while and stuff. Just want to kind of.
I'm sorry.
I said, I know she has been talking to you and stuff. I just want to kind of get the perspective, kind of. I know you're here and a lot of questions been going on. Not that I'm gonna be honest with you, since I haven't been here or spoken to you yet. That of course there's reasons why we talk to people. We understand that, right? There's a reason why you're here. Of course, there are certain things that we do as detectives. I mean, we've been doing this for years. It's kind of, I don't know what you do. What do you do for a living? What's your profession?
I'm a paralegal.
A paralegal. Okay. Do you feel yourself are pretty good at doing that job? You know a lot of stuff. Okay. And as you are with that, that's how we are with this.
I know.
You understand that?
I know y'all are very good.
So, and this is reasons why, of course, reasons why you're here. Because you're not just here for coincidence. You understand that?
I understand.
Okay. And just knowing, I mean, I've been dealing with just Evans all day and stuff at your house. And the last couple of days, actually. And I've had listened to some interviews and talked to other people also. And I got to tell you that, I mean, I'm going to be honest, things just don't look good for you. You understand? The way things are all mixed up and how stories are changing, and I'm going to be honest, it doesn't. Okay? That's why, that's why you're here. The same reason why we're here. This is what we do, But all I gotta say is that life, in general, is hard. All right, it's not easy for anybody. It's not easy for us. It's not easy for on this side. It's not easy for you. Okay, we're all human, right? And as human beings, we were created to make mistakes. This is what we do. All right, I'm not perfect. I can sit here and look at you and tell me that I'm an angel. Okay. We've all made mistakes and done stuff that doesn't make us bad. It does not make us bad people. It doesn't. Sometimes we do stupid things that come to bite us in the butt, but that's part of being human. It's part of nature. It's part of us learning. It's part of us growing. It's part of us surviving as a species. It's just what we do.
I didn't kill my mother.
Well, I'm not going there, okay? I'm not going there. But all I'm telling you is that you're here for a reason and it doesn't look good, okay? So far, from what we've done, it doesn't look good at all. All right? It doesn't. So, what we're trying to get to is if there's something, anything, any person that you know that is going to lead you to try to get you out of the situation you're in, it's going to be it's a very good idea to tell it. And I'm not BSing you. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. Okay? I don't have to come here and talk to you.
I know.
I'm on my own. No one sent me in here.
I know.
Okay? This is me just because I've been gone. I've been at the house. I've been there. I was there. Okay, this whole time.
I
What was there?
I don't know anybody, and I don't know what to do in order to prove that I didn't do anything wrong. Is my problem.
I understand.
I'm racking my brain,
No, I got you.
and I'm trying to figure out what I can do to prove that I didn't do anything wrong, and that, you know, give y'all something that would prove to you without a doubt that it's not me. I haven't done anything wrong, and I haven't been able to think of anything.
Let me ask you. Do you miss your mother?
God, yes.
And you miss her?
My mother was my life. She was my best friend. There wasn't anything I wouldn't do for my mother. I would never hurt her. Never. If somebody had a gun to my head, they would have to shoot me before I hurt my mother. Period. And I'm not BSing you. Honest to God. There isn't anything my mother wouldn't do for me. She stood by me when a lot of people wouldn't.
I understand.
And there is nothing I wouldn't have done for her. And I wish like hell that I would have stayed home Saturday. Because then maybe none of this would have happened. And I would still have my mother. A huge piece of me is now dead. That woman was more important to me than any member of my family.
Now, as strong as you feel, I mean, you want to get to the bottom of what's going on just as much as we do.
Yes, and that's why I've been trying to rack my brain, trying to figure out how. I don't know what I can do to prove that I didn't do anything or know anybody did anything, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to be able to tell you guys something.
Yeah.
And I don't know what. I don't know what I can tell you that's gonna help. I honestly don't. I've been trying. I know I screwed up when I didn't tell them the truth last night and correcting it. I know that threw a red flag up, and I understand that. And me not asking my mother questions, they said that throws a red flag up. But that's just my personality. I'm not that person. If somebody tells me something, I go, okay. I don't ask them 500 questions. That's just not me. I never have been that way.
Yeah.
To me, it's not a red flag. It's just my personality.
Yeah, so, but why wouldn't you want to tell the truth, though? I mean, that kind of...
It sounds fake. I know, it sounds fake. I was afraid that I would sound selfish, that I was putting myself first before my mother. And I wasn't, but it's because I wasn't worried that something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But then after all of it happened, I thought I would sound selfish, and I knew my sister would go ballistic on me. And so I didn't. Because I didn't want to sound, I mean, I know that's stupid. I know it is. It's naive. It's immature. And I regret doing it. I wish I would have just said, this is what I did. And, you know, if my sister wanted to go ballistic on me, oh well, I'll deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. And I know I can say I'm sorry 500 times, but it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change anything. So,
Did anybody else ever go to the house over there with you and hang out, or did you know?
you mean,
It's your mom's house?
did I ever invite anybody over?
Yeah. No?
No, my mom wasn't like that.
She didn't like anybody being over there? So she didn't know anybody else?
Well, I mean, Marie would come over, Grace across the street would come over, the Jehovah's Witnesses would come over.
Any of your friends?
No,
No. Did you have any friends in the area?
no,
No.
no.
There's no one you talk to in the area? No.
No. I don't really socialize with anybody in this area.
I was just wondering, like, if you were going out of town, I was just wondering if someone knew that you were going to be out of town and stuff. No.
Other than my mother, no. I'm not antisocial, I don't like people knowing my business, and most of the people that I knew when I was growing up and stuff like that have moved.
Hmm.
I don't drink, so I don't go out. And I don't, just go to restaurants just to hang out, that type of thing. I hang out with my mom. She's my best friend.
What about your father?
I talked to my dad. Him and I are close. And that's where I stayed from 4 until I came here. But then his wife Katie, who I love to death, and but other than that, no.
You get along good with your father?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw him?
When they came and they picked me up from my dad's
Was it a
house.
good shot?
Yeah.
And did you see your father all the time too, or no?
Well, when I was 12 or 13, my parents got divorced, so
Okay.
I would see him on and off, but I didn't. It wasn't that we were. There was a period when we didn't speak,
Yeah.
but that was when I was a teenager and rebellion and
Mhm.
stupid. But then our relationship just got better and we grew closer.
Mm-hmm.
And, I wasn't as close to him as I was to my mother. But I only moved back in with my mother 5 years ago whenever I went to my divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I value my dad's opinion and his advice, being very blunt, and so is Katie, and I appreciate that. And so normally I will call and ask them their advice or their, opinion on
Mhm.
something, because I know they're going to tell me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. So,
When's the last time you shot a gun?
I shot Carrie's gun probably 8 months ago.
Carrie? Carrie's her friend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys boyfriend, girlfriend? Like, together?
Yeah.
You known him for a long time?
30 years.
This our kids. What kind of gun does he have?
He has a 50 caliber.
50 caliber.
Mm-hmm. He collects them,
Oh.
but he keeps them locked up in a safe.
Hmm. So last time you shot a gun was 8 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how long gunshot residue stays in your hand?
No.
Should you be willing to get swabbed for gunshot residue on your hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. You have any guns in the house or weapons in the house, do you know?
I'm told my mother had a gun.
Oh, you don't know if she had it or not?
I know she had one a long time ago that I hid. And then she got another one, but apparently that one went missing, and I don't think she ever reported it.
Okay. You hid the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you hide it for?
Because I didn't think it was safe.
Hmm. You know what kind of gun she had?
The one I hid,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like a 38.
Okay. When was the one she replaced it with, do you know?
It was bigger.
Okay.
I don't know how. The barrel was longer. I don't know exactly what it was.
Okay. When you hit it, where'd you hide it at?
The 38
Mm-hmm.
in the garage, in one of the bins.
One of the bins?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still there?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. And what about the bigger gun? You haven't seen that in how long? Have you seen it? Or?
She's the one who told me that one was missing.
Okay.
I don't know where she kept it. She just told me that she had a gun, it was missing. And that was a couple of months ago.
Now, did she like guns? Was she a gun fanatic? Or what did she have a gun for? Why do you think her mom had a gun?
I thought it was for protection,
Yeah.
but barrel on that thing didn't look like it was for protection.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awful long barrel to me.
Yeah.
But my mom didn't go to the range or anything like that. I mean, she wasn't somebody who went out firing weapons or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's possible it was for protection. It was just what she could buy.
Did she know how to use a weapon? Did she know how to use it?
She used to be auxiliary for St. Cloud in the 70s.
Oh, really? Okay. So does she like revolvers, you think? Was there a revolver she liked? Yeah.
Yes, she could always outshoot my dad with a shotgun.
Oh, really?
He hated it.
How, if your mom was to work to hide a gun, where do you think she would hide it at?
She would have hid it somewhere in her bedroom.
Okay.
She would have kept it somewhere in her bedroom, somewhere that she could have gotten her hands on it.
And how long do you think that she was missing?
She told me 2 months ago that it was missing.
2 months ago, huh?
I told her she needed to call and report it.
Who was living with her 2 months ago?
I was.
You were? Now, did she ever have anybody over that she think would take it?
If she did, she never told me.
Hmm.
But that wouldn't be unusual.
What?
If she didn't have, my mother was that person, if she wasn't completely positive,
Yeah.
she wouldn't make an accusation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems pretty nice.
My mother was a wonderful Christian woman.
Sounds not like my mom. That gun, if you had to guess what size caliber, how big it was, what do you think?
I know it was a revolver
Mhm.
and barrel
It's pretty long.
about that long.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what caliber it was. The best I can do is I can tell you what a 9mm looks like,
Yeah.
and that's only because I see them on television all the time.
Yeah.
And I know what a 38 looks like.
Yeah.
Other
It's
than
bigger
that-
than 38.
It was bigger than the 38.
What color was it? Was it chrome, silver, black?
It had a black handle and it was chrome.
It was all chrome.
Yeah, the long because it was the one I hit was chrome with brown,
Okay.
but it was just a little thing. This
Okay.
one had a black handle. I remember that. And a couple of months ago, she told me that she came in. She said, "Amy, my gun is missing," and I just looked at her. And I said, "Your gun is missing?" She said, "Yeah, the long one." And I went, "Okay, what do you mean it's missing?" And she said, "It's missing." And I said, "Did you call the sheriff department?" And she said, "No." I said, "Mom, if it's missing and it gets used, it comes back to you."
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of walked away.
And she never called.
Not that I'm aware of.
Sure.
I had two thoughts. One, she got it from somebody and it wasn't registered to her.
Mhm.
Two, she did call and just couldn't tell me.
Mhm.
I mean, those were my two thoughts. She either didn't call or she did call. If she didn't call, it was because it wasn't registered to her.
Did you ever own any of your own weapons?
I believe that 38 was registered to her.
Not you.
No, to me?
Yeah.
No.
No. No.
I grew up around guns. I don't need to have one.
Did you ever do any hunting and stuff?
I don't hunt.
Oh, you don't hunt? Okay.
I don't believe in killing animals.
Mhm.
Except for snakes. Sorry.
That's all right.
They're reptiles.
Yeah, that's right.
When you had one stare you right at you and the tongue almost touch you, and you already are afraid of them, your fear factor goes up quite a bit.
Mhm.
Killing them doesn't seem like such a bad thing.
Mhm.
But anything else, I will hurt you if you hit an animal or that type of. I'm very big about animal rights,
Yeah. That's good.
human rights, animal rights. You don't hit a woman. A woman doesn't hit a man. You don't hit an animal. You don't mistreat them. You don't try to mistreat children. I mean, that's how I was raised. That's how I am. And that's the reason I'm trying to find out and figure out what or how I can give y'all something to prove that to stop you, where you don't have to you stop looking at me and maybe move on to somebody else or a different direction. And I don't know. I can't think of what I can do.
What comes in here, so I don't know what the other detectives talked to you about. What did they tell you about your mother?
They told me that she was buried in the backyard with fresh dirt over her and fake flowers. And she was wrapped in trash bags.
Didn't they tell you anything else she was wrapped in?
And all I thought about was after my sister left Sunday about, I guess, a little 12:30 or a little after, I stepped out on the back porch and smoked a cigarette. And I never knew she was there.
When was that, Sunday?
Mm-hmm. I was standing there smoking a cigarette. And I never knew she was in the backyard. All by herself.
Did you never notice those flower beds?
Which one? There's one that she plants the tomatoes in, and then there's the other one that she has the aloe plants, and she had fake plants there, but she had those there all year long.
Oh, she put fake plants there?
Mm-hmm.
She always put fake plants there?
Mm-hmm.
Why did she do fake plants for?
Because of the air vent from the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
It's she has to keep it covered because it doesn't have a cover on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it killed plants anytime she's planted them there. So she just about 3 years ago started putting fake plants there, so that way she didn't have to worry about it. And on the other side, is it's a smaller one, but it's, that's where she normally paints the peppers and the tomato plants, but there's nothing planted there.
Hmm.
It's an empty one right now. So when they said the fake plants, there's only one place in the backyard that there's fake plants.
Did you ever help her plant the fake plants?
I've helped remove her, and and rearrange them and pick different ones to put there, but that's about it.
You ever help her dig and shovel and plant new ones?
I mean, I helped her with the shovel, dig or kill snakes. But, and then, just kind of rearrange the dirt with the shovel and just put rearrange the flowers or change them, and I would stand back and look at them, or she would stand back and look at them, but we haven't done that in September. The last time we did it was in July.
In July.
Yeah. July.
How long have you been at that house for?
I moved back in 5 years ago.
Like 5 years? You've been there 5 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's how long we've been divorced.
Oh.
I was supposed to be moving to Ohio, but
Would there be any reason whatsoever that your DNA would be on the plastic bags?
it depends. If they were big black ones, they're in the garage, I touched them.
Okay. What about anything else?
I mean, most of the things out in the garage, me and Mom both touch.
Like what?
We move it around. Blankets, cable, rope, bins, the televisions, Tupperware,
Everything.
coolers, suitcases. I mean, yeah, because we shift and move things all around. We both do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, her and I, DNA, Judy and Morgan's are probably there too, so, because we're always shifting things around and moving the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get a suitcase down for her, or she'll get a suitcase down for me, or, getting a trash bag, or grab a roll of the trash bags, and, and then if we don't need them, stuff them back in the box.
I gotcha.
Just, stuff like that.
What kind of cable are you talking about? You mentioned cable. You move cables around also?
Over on the shelves, there are, we got jars of different things, and we were switching cables to the TVs, and I took the white cable off of her TV because it was too long, and she doesn't like a lot of the wires.
Oh yeah.
And so we put a new one on it, and I took it and put it out in the garage. But she helped me, to put it together. And I just put it up on it would be the second shelf by the garage door, kind of in, or maybe it was the third shelf. Because there's a little black cable one that's on the shelf also, but I don't know if it's the second or third one, but it's closest to the garage door. I remember that part. So
Um,
that's the cable I was talking about.
what about sheets? You said sheets. What kind of sheets do you move around in the garage?
Blankets, the blankets we use to wrap the
blankets.
pump. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Do we have certain blankets that we use to wrap the pump during the winter time?
The pump?
Yeah, it's outside and it's kind of got it's got a blockhouse around it.
Yeah.
And we use 2 blankets and light that we put in there to keep
Okay.
it from the water from freezing or the pipes from freezing.
Oh, is that the well? Is that a well or something?
Yeah. But it's over off to the, it's not next to the house, it's off to the side. It's got its own little
Okay.
house around it.
Now, these blankets, they keep them in the garage all the time? Is that what you do?
Mhm.
No, what kind of blankets are they?
One is a kind of like well, I call it a scratchy pink with the kind of like a satin, around it. It's got paint all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Another one was mine when I was really young. It's pink with a character, 2 characters, or something like that on it, and it's got the lamp actually almost caught it on fire one year. We got it too close, and that's out in the garage.
That's in the garage. What color is that one? It's pink and...
One side it's just solid pink,
Uh-huh.
like a light pink, and on the other side it's pink that has little pictures. I think there's like green on it or something. I'm not exact. I haven't really. I saw it the other day.
I gotcha.
So when I went out there, I went out there to get something, and I saw it the other day, and I had to move it. So the only reason I remember, and that's how I remembered seeing that other pink one, because it's kind of like right below it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they're like, we keep them kind of stacked together. But
And when would you have moved rope around?
when I was moving the cable,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we keep them all in the same area.
Okay. And you guys got like a lot of twine or stuff like that? Or you have any twine or anything like that?
You mean like the really thin?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Well, no, yeah, there is some on the shelf. Yeah, there's some. I think there's some on the shelf. I think it's twine. I didn't really pay that much attention to it, but I think there's some twine out there.
It's like fishing line?
It could be fishing line, or it could be weed eater line.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
So I mean, I don't know which one, but it could be one of the 2.
Okay.
So I don't know.
But as for skinny twine, do you ever remember seeing any twine anywhere?
Really skinny twine. I think there is some out there, but the only thing that I really remember seeing is like a frayed, brown, kind of like scratchy rope.
Okay.
And I only remember that is because she had me. We use it to wrap the. When we do the pump, we take and tie that around there to keep it in place,
Uh-huh.
and then set the light down there.
Okay.
That's what we use for that.
I gotcha.
But it's really scratchy.
Oh. One in the garage, that 38, if it's still there, is it still be in the shelf somewhere? I'm trying to imagine. It's okay.
No, it's not a shelf. It's in a bin.
Mm-hmm.
It's in one of the bins. It's not on a shelf. It's on the floor. And unless she moved it around,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like in the first or second bin. I think. I'm not exactly sure. I know it's in one of those bins out there. If I
Remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, if I went out there, I would know exactly which one it was.
That's definitely, you moved that one. You moved that gun, right? You're the one who hit that gun?
I hit that gun,
Okay.
and I did that back before I moved out, and a long time ago, back in '98.
Oh, so it's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
So if we did a test on it when the last time it was fired, that'd be a long time ago.
Should be,
Should we?
unless Mom found it.
You think she possibly could have shot it and put it back in the same spot?
No.
Probably not. Hmm.
No. I can't see that happening.
Yeah. What about, and the missing gun? Any clues your mom ever bring it up and say, hey, like maybe she got rid of it or gave it to somebody to share with her, anything like that?
All she told me was that she came in, she said, we're in trouble, the gun's missing. I told her she needed to call the sheriff department.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of looked at me and walked off. She never said whether she did or not. And I didn't ask. Again, it's not my personality.
Yeah.
I mean, I did make the comment, if something happens, it's gonna go back to you, Mom.
Yeah.
So, whether she did or not, I didn't ask because it meant that if she didn't, I knew that it was a gun that wasn't registered to her.
Mm-hmm.
And if she did, then you guys would man out the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason I didn't ask her. That way she didn't have to tell me. That's just how I am.
Let's say we swabbed your arm, your hand, and we did find residue on it. Was there any particular reason why you did have residue on your hand for?
No,
No?
no,
Okay. Just have to ask.
I know, but no.
No, okay. And your room is the far room, right? The far? Is it the one all the way down, right? On the left?
If you go in, it's the one it's in the front of the house, purple.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other room that's there is on the right?
That's her TV room.
That's her TV room. So she hangs out. Does she hang out in there ever? Is that where she likes to sit and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she like watching shows and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, who saw like a lot of notes and she was taking? Like, I know she took notes for everything.
She likes Dr. Charles Stanley, so she takes a lot of notes on his sermons, and she has another one that she likes to watch, and she loves Paula Dean at the cooking shows,
Yeah.
so she takes a lot of notes on those things. Yeah.
So if you think someone...
Loves NCIS.
NCIS, yeah.
NCIS, NCIS Los Angeles, and NCIS New Orleans.
Yeah. She loves
And
it.
Hawaii Five-0.
Really?
Loves Steve. No, I take it back. She loves Danny Williams. No, I'm sorry. Just recently we had this conversation. I love Steve McGarrett. She likes Chin Ho. Not funny, but yeah. It's amazing, the conversation I just remembered. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, I gotta get back because I'm thinking about Hawaii 5 right now.
You don't have DVR?
No, I don't actually. Yeah, so she took a lot of notes. She's like real organized with a lot of stuff too, I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Very organized.
Yeah, very, very organized.
Mm-hmm.
And did you always get along with your mom, or did you ever have times when you had problems?
No, always got one.
You always got along with her?
Mm-hmm. The worst thing I always, and I did it twice, and to this day, if I had a time machine, I would go back and change it. I disappointed her twice, and I wish that's the last person in the world that I would ever want to disappoint.
I don't know what those disappointments.
My ex-husband, she told me not to marry him, and I did. And back in 2010, I had a substance abuse problem.
Okay.
But she was the one who helped me and got me through it, and I was very grateful for that. But I still wish I could go back and never have that problem.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get into your whole substance abuse stuff because I don't want to bring up bad memories if I don't have to. But did the other detectives talk to you about a substance abuse problem at all?
They asked me if I had a substance abuse problem, and I told them back in 2010. They asked me if I still had one, and I told them no.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't even drink alcohol.
Yeah. It's hard though. It's hard. It's hard fighting the urge when you have a problem, you know. And not only that, it's hard to admit having a problem, you know. And it's not against this.
No, for me it wasn't. As a matter of fact, anytime I can help somebody,
Yeah.
I have absolutely no problem talking about it.
I understand. But you know, it's not against the law to have a substance abuse program.
I know.
Or problem. And we also,
I do have a misdemeanor because of it.
But we do also offer programs and stuff, you know, for that.
Right.
And they're actually, they've been approved and they've got pretty decent ones. So if there's any reason you're worried about, telling us about one. You know, we can do whatever we can.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I mean, I know mine was the Lyrica, and
I don't even know what that is.
it's it's FDA approved. It's for fibromyalgia and convulsions
Yeah.
and epilepsy, and the doctor that I was going to at the time had me taking 3 times the amount milligrams that the pharmaceutical company recommended, and that's the reason the judge. I had Judge O'Brien.
Okay.
I spent 22 days in jail, got my bail hearing, and then I spent almost a year on house arrest. And Judge O'Brien had enough with the prosecution because they kept changing prosecutors.
Mm-hmm.
So when my court case came up, she told him to make a deal, dropped it down to the DUI, and gave me 100 hours of community service, which I did at the Pound. I had to go to victims awareness class and a DUI class, which was kind of funny because everybody in there, when they would ask what their blood alcohol was, they would tell them, and 0.
Yeah.
There was another guy in there for pot, and 0.
Yeah.
Of course, the one guy that came in and ate that little stick that you have to put on your tongue and it turns green, you've been drinking, when he breathed on it and it turned greener than the Incredible Hulk without it even touching his tongue at 8 o'clock in the morning. When he left, we all just kind of went, "Are you kidding me?" But the guy up there, he was great. I learned a lot. As a matter of fact, my mom ended up getting irritated because when she would leave and drive, I would be, "You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do." But it changed my driving habits.
Yeah.
So in the long run, I mean, I benefited greatly. I mean, I wish I would have never had the problem, but in the long run, I did. I benefited greatly because I learned a lot about myself, I learned a lot about others, and I learned a lot about what could happen.
Oh, yeah.
So the new doctor I have, I love her because she is a diet, exercise, the vitamins person. The prescription, which is this one, is for my heart, and this one is for my blood pressure.
Yeah.
So it's.
I might need some of those. Let me see.
The blood pressure.
All right, go on.
No, this is only 5. I take it twice a day, but it's 5 milligrams. Once a day. This one's twice a day. This is actually. What time is it, by the way?
I don't know. I don't have a watch on me. I don't have any phones on.
Okay.
You gotta take one soon?
At 6:30, I have to take.
Okay.
But anyways, this is the last resort, and when she comes in, this one, she came in with 3. This one plus 3 other type of heart medications,
Okay.
paperwork to go over it with you.
That's good. So that's different, right? So you know
Exactly.
what's
So,
going on.
and once the 2 of y'all agree, then she'll write the prescription. And fortunately, I was at 157 whenever I started having to take this. This I've had to take since I was, well, not this one per se, but I've always had heart conditions since I was about 15. But this one, I'm excited to say, because I was 157 once I started going through my divorce,
Yeah.
and I'm able to drop that weight, and I've got it down to a point to where my blood pressure is, she is looking at taking me off of this.
Okay.
And also my cholesterol medication, so that'll be 2 less ones I have to take, and I'm very excited about that, all because I lost weight, so,
No, let me ask you this. Do medications you take ever affect or alter the way you think and your mind thoughts?
No.
Do you ever get extremely angry? Is that why you have with your blood pressure and everything?
Oh, no. My blood pressure was because of my weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so never,
This, you could, an aspirin would do more. All this does is keep my heart at between 60 and 70.
okay. Now when you got addicted to, what's the name of it?
Lyrica?
Lyrican. What kind of medication? What is that? Is it opiate or is it
It is a controlled substance, and it's
Like a
for
painkiller or
epilepsy.
something?
No, it's for for epilepsy. It's nerve,
oh, okay. So like
but
relax?
it can alter your mind status.
Oh, you can?
It
So
can. It can.
So how would it affect you, do you think, whenever you're on it?
When I was taking it, I don't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I take gabapentin now,
Yeah.
and gabapentin is like taking a nap.
Yeah.
But the Lyrica, I was taking it 4 times a day. Of course, I was taking 800 milligrams.
Yeah.
4 times a day, which is
Way too much.
You got a extremely nice high, and if you took more than 4, you could be in la la land and not even care.
Yeah.
It'd be like drinking 24 beers,
Yeah.
and you could take 8 of those and feel like that.
Yeah.
I could take 12 of them and walk normal.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Did you ever lose a memory or anything like that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was, I wrecked a car.
Oh.
Fortunately, it was just me in the car, but, yeah, it was because I was driving, and I fell asleep.
Oh.
And it does that. When I started going to this new doctor, she looked at everything, and she was the one who told me a lot about that I was taking way too much, and told me I could put me on gabapentin, but because of the withdrawals, she started me off at 600 milligrams, and then I asked her if I could go down to 400 milligrams, and then we went down to 300 milligrams, and then I asked if I could go down to 2, and 2 didn't work, so we've remained at 3.
Okay.
And it's been great.
That's good.
So, and my mother was a huge part of that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back to it
Mm-hmm.
because of what's happened,
Mm-hmm.
because that would dishonor her.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for my mother. I would have been dead 5, 6 years ago if it hadn't been for my mother. So, there is no way I would go back to something like that, because that would just completely dishonor her. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not. I would never do anything to dishonor my mother.
Well, how are you with drinks? Do you want some water or something?
I do need a water, because at 6:30 I'm supposed to
It
take.
might be around 6:30 now, so you might have to take some of those.
I have to take this one at 6:30.
Okay. Let me get you some water, okay?
Thank you.
Hold tight.
It's my card. I don't think I've cried all my water out.
What's that?
I said I've cried so much, I don't think I have any more water left.
Get some water. I'll be right back. I was like looking for a cup everywhere. Hold on, we got some bottled water.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you want to do that gunshot residue?
Let me ask. Let me see, because if there's a,
Okay.
let me see who's here. If there's a forensics or somebody here.
Okay.
Hey, we got somebody coming up to take you to the bathroom. We just can't do it ourselves.
I know you need to
Okay,
know.
so there's someone that's going to be a minute, so.
Are you able to step in? Can I ask you a couple questions?
Rest.
Do you know if I'm going to be leaving here tonight?
I'm not sure yet. Okay. It's not my case,
I know.
all right? I have to get with the other detectives and find out exactly what's going on. But to be honest with you, I don't know yet. So.
If I do, am I going to be able to go back to my house, or am I going to have to go back to my dad's?
You can't go back to your house, not yet.
Okay. Is there? The reason I'm asking is, I have a prescription I'm supposed to pick up today, and I can't do it without my purse.
Okay.
I need a change of clothes.
Okay.
I mean, there's just certain things I need. I need stuff for my dentures because
Okay.
I've had them in and they're starting to rub me raw.
Okay, I gotcha.
You know, and
Yeah.
I mean, this is it hurts really bad.
Okay.
But I've already missed one medication because I wasn't able to pick it up today.
Okay.
But I can't do that without my purse.
Okay.
And of course, I need my toiletries and clothes.
Okay.
Um,
I'll find out for you.
if
Okay.
if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
So bathroom's coming up. Okay. If you can hold
bathroom
it for a little
first. Bathroom first, and
Yeah.
then the residue thing. Yeah, but in you still let me go and smoke a cigarette while I wait.
bit. You got cigarettes with you? Well, let's see what happens when we have to wait for the female deputy to get here,
Okay.
and then we'll see what we can do for you.
Okay.
All right.
Bathroom and or cigarette, and then bathroom, and then the residue.
Okay. Let me find out what's going on. Okay.
If you would please.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Okay, ready to go pee?
Yes.
All right, come on.
Thank you.
We'll go this way.
Would it be possible if I stepped outside and smoked and warmed up? I'm turning purple.
No, sorry.
Is there any?
Let me see what I can find for you, but. Okay.
Do you think longer?
Yeah, it's gonna be like another 10 more minutes. Alright?
And then what?
I'll be right back. Hold on. Best I can do is this.
Okay. And do you
I'll be right back, right? The Amy question real quick. Again, try to answer this question for me. How do you make your income?
I do as needed paralegal.
As needed paralegal, okay. And how does that work?
If they need me, they call me.
Are you like in some kind of agency that they got your contact number, or do you reach out to companies, or how does that work?
Hanson and Associates, they call me if they've got somebody here and they say, are you available? And if I say yes, then they say, can you go meet this person? But it's...
Do they pay you by the hour? Do they pay you by salary? They pay you
they pay
by
me,
job, by day? How they do it?
They pay me by hour and however long it takes to do a job.
Okay. So you approximately like how much you make on a monthly basis, approximately.
If I only
That's
have...
steady. And then,
If I only have one client, depending on how long it takes, I can make anywhere from $900 to $1,500
that's what on a job or the whole month?
for the month.
For the month.
Mhm.
So how long you been doing this paralegal stuff like that? Working for
About a year,
about a year.
a little over a year.
So let's say on a yearly basis, like how much you made, how much your annual income last year?
Last year would have been
It's approximate, like a ballpark.
19,000.
19,000.
Mhm.
Okay. Right. And they pay you under the table. They pay you by check, deduct taxes. How does that work?
They sometimes send me a check, but they don't. I mean, I'm not.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
wasn't considered an employee, so they didn't take taxes out.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, so.
All right, no problem. All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Mhm.
So about the delay, Amy. Time is 10:52 p.m. Time is September. The day is September 21st, 2015. We're gonna be concluding the video.
911, what's your emergency?